Hello and welcome to the second edition of... What's going on here? Hello and welcome to the second edition of the Weekly Rundown, a show by the Ridge Runners, where we talk about all things trail and ultra running from Southeast Ohio and all the running news from the East Coast. I'm your host, the faster host, Michael Owen.
And I'm the better host, Wesley Harton. This week, we're coming to you from the OVRC studios with the results from the Yeti 100, the Vermont 50, the Akron Marathon, and the All-Ohio Collegiate Cross Country Championships. We'll also highlight this week's happenings from the world of Strava and all of the running news from the area. But first, our Barte Streak update.
Thank you, Wesley. So guys, did Paul Barte extend his weekly half distance streak to 408 weeks? Ladies and gentlemen, you guessed it, he did it again. On Monday, Barte titled his run the weekly half, mostly bike path, a spec with Mike R. What exactly is a spec?
We need a scientific measurement on that, and we'll get back to you guys with that.
Yeah. Tune in next week to see if Barte can extend his weekly half streak to 409 weeks and to see what a spec is. This was a big weekend of 100-mile races on the East Coast. Is it me or 100-milers becoming your new Saturday morning 5K? I mean, seriously, why do we need 161 100-milers in America?
It's a lot.
If your race isn't getting more than, I don't know, a dozen runners, just don't put it on. Sorry to be a Debbie Downer. All right, at any rate, the Yeti 100 in Abington, Virginia saw the most finishers of those 300-milers, with 179 runners crossing the finish line. The top three women were all under the previous course record, with Grace Fisher finishing in first, 18 hours and 41 minutes. Lauren Gabler and Jessie McClurg were second and third, both under 19:52. On the men's side, Christopher Larson of Banner Elk, North Carolina, won with a time of 16 hours and 34 minutes. Josh Laker and Brian Pickett followed both under 17:50. There were 9 finishers from Ohio, very impressive. Bruce Holbert being the top male and Krista Petrizin top female. The Miami 100 took place for the first time, an urban-style crew-only supported run, race,
Adventure?
I don't know, jog? The top runner was almost 5 hours ahead of the rest of the field, but there was only 8 finishers. The top runner was 18 hours, 27 minutes, and nowhere else in sight was second. All right, maybe we'll see this event grow in the future. It's kind of maybe amazing race style. I don't know, maybe not.
It has potential.
Probably not. The Blood Rock 100 in Alabama also took place for the second year. This course looks to be brutally rocky and steep with 20,000 feet of elevation gain. This race is more my style of terrain, but it looks like there were just 3 finishers of this year's race. Once again, like I was saying. Luckily, I do have some sweet intel from 2 of the finishers of the 3, Adrian and Matt Fratchek, former Athens residents. Adrian was first place female, and the only female, and Matt was last place, but also third place. Crazy. I don't even understand that. They finished together in 29 hours and 30 minutes. I love Matt and Adrian because they started ultra running 1 year ago and have already ran 300-milers. And they ran each step together. Such a cute couple thing to do.
Adorable.
Yes, they're cool people too.
The Vermont 50 took place for the 26th year, and Andrew Erickson took the overall win in 6 hours and 57 minutes, barely edging out second place Andrew McGibbon by just 40 seconds.
Dang, close race.
The lone Ohio runner, Isaac Barn, finished 4th overall. On the women's side, it was another close finish with veteran runner Eliza LaPierre coming in first. Eliza, a 5-time top 10 runner at Western States, was just 8 minutes ahead of second place Riley Brady, and they were both under 8 hours. Well done. The Stump Jump 50K in Chattanooga took place over the weekend, and this is normally a big race with a name like David Riddle, who finished 3rd this year. But there were no results posted 3 days later. Come on, race directors. The only Ohio Ultra that took place this past weekend was the 24th annual Germantown 50K. I need my papers back. Put on by the popular Ohio River Roadrunners Club. Jason Barhorse was the first overall in 4 hours and 45 minutes. The top female was Sharon Hathaway in 5 hours and 35 minutes.
On the road running side of things, yes, we talk about road running on this episode. The Akron Marathon took place. An interesting fact about Akron is that the nickname is the Rubber City. I didn't know that because of the rubber production in the area, including Goodrich, Goodyear, Firestone.
Quality brands.
Lots of great tire brands. Personally, I would love to see the race be changed to the Rubber Marathon or Rubber Run. I don't know.
Do you even know where Akron is? Like on a map?
Yeah, I think it's up above us. I think
Close enough.
We're down here. So anyway, the Akron Marathon definitely caters to Ohio residents, and it was evident with 5 of the 6 men and women podium finishers being from the home state. Winning by almost 4 minutes, Israel Markle of Akron won with a time of 2 hours, 26 minutes. Dylan Garatano, also from Akron, was second in 2 hours, 30 minutes, and then a distant 9 minutes back was Rain Briggy the second. On the ladies' side, there were 5 under the 3-hour barrier. Grace McCarron looked to pull away from the field after the halfway point and won in a time of 2 hours, 51 minutes. The lone out-of-state podium finisher, our good friend from California, was Devin Yanko, finishing second in 2 hours and 54 minutes. Lizzie Gleason, who also happened to live in Athens for a while, was just 34 seconds back of Yanko for third place. Definitely want to give a big shout out to the man behind the camera, right back there. I see you, John Delavacchi III, for finishing the full marathon in Akron in 4 hours and 21 minutes. Congrats, John, for your 5th marathon finish, and the rest of Akron Marathon runners.
Now, a shift to the college cross-country update. The All-Ohio Cross Country Championship took place, and a few notable local finishes are worth highlighting. The men of Ohio University narrowly missed winning the whole thing by just 3 points behind Akron University. Ohio Bobcat Josh Park won the race by running 24:14 for the 8K distance.
Impressive.
Kyle Broussard and Griffin Butler were also in the top 10 for the Bobcats. Top runner for 10th place Shawnee State University was Seth Farmer, finishing in 19th place with a time of 24:50. The Ohio Bobcats women's team finished in 5th place. Alyssa Atkinson was their top runner, coming in 12th and running the 6K course in 22:03. I was particularly impressed with the Toledo women for putting 5 runners in the top 13, winning with just 32 points. That's crazy.
Domination. And I want to highlight everyone's favorite local high school runner, Pete Buckley, who's now a freshman at Haverford College, for running his first 8K race. Pete ran 26:19 and was 6th runner on the Blacks girls team, putting him in that coveted varsity spot. All you trail and ultra running fans may recognize that Haverford College because Brian Powell of Our Run Far attended there and ran for the same coach Pete is running for. Good job, Pete, but to be honest, I'm still a little disappointed you didn't forgo your college running career to go straight to trails and ultra. Instead, you're wasting your time in college, to be frank. All right, now for our Strava Rundown, where each week we highlight the leaders in distance, elevation, as well as any other interesting activities and achievements from the runners in the SEOTR OVRC group. If you want to get noticed on the rundown, please join the SEOTR OVRC Strava group by visiting the link below.
Mileage leaders for the men and women remain the same as last week, with Jacob Coleman putting in another huge week with 105 miles, Mr. Consistent. And Sarah Beal topped all women for the 3rd straight week with 78 miles. Also, those two have really been putting work in.
Yeah, and Sarah's a huge fan of the show too.
Shout out to Sarah. But after all, we have some new names on the leaderboard. For the men, it was John Williams and Hunter Hoover behind Coleman with 78 and 73 miles for the week. And rounding out the top 3 for women was Anna Modericho and Megan Anderson with 64 miles and 53 miles. On the elevation side of things, we see smaller numbers than past weeks. I guess everyone is starting to taper for big fall races. But the women from last week definitely accepted my challenge and stepped up their vert game, and I could not be more excited.
Good job, women. That's great.
After last week, when the top women only had 2,500 feet of vertical gain, we had 2 women accept my challenge of getting over 5,000 feet. Kelly Sheebley climbed 6,600 feet, and Shelly Eagleston climbed 5,200 feet. Well done, ladies. On the men's side, it was Travis Simpson above the rest of the club with 9,000 feet on the week. Isaac Gibson messed up his vertical gain, however, by climbing 54,000 feet of vertical gain in one run in his first run back at Athens. Sorry, Isaac, but that's not making the leaderboard.
Yeah, what's Garmin? What's he use? Garmin or is that a Strava error? I don't know.
We'll have to look into it.
And now on to some interesting and Strava achievements that took place over the week. Looks like Athens runner PJ Murphy ran a hard workout in the middle of the week, achieving a new Strava PR for the half mile and 400 meter. 3:02 for the half and 1:26 for the 400. Good job, PJ. And Jeffrey Morris was also setting Strava PRs on a run with a new sub 30 5K personal best and an 18:42 mile. Keep bringing those crowns and achievements, Strava World. I might give you kudo. Yeah. And we also want to give a shout out to the aforementioned Kelly Shiley for finishing top 100 in the Ironman Chattanooga, even though the swim portion was canceled. What?
That can't be a triathlon.
Yeah, is it 3, like tri stand for 3?
Yes.
So what, I mean, anyway.
We'll look into that.
So yeah, good job anyway, Kelly. Jonathan Bernard, co-owner of Ohio Valley Running Company here in our OVRC studio, posted that he had scheduled his hip surgery for the near future.
On my birthday, nevertheless.
I don't know whether to give him kudos or condolences, but I know he's been dealing with a pretty bum hip for quite some time. So heal up fast, JB, so we can shred some trails again soon with your new bionic hip. And we saw this post from Derek Clark, who had a bear sighting while running in Western Pennsylvania. It's not too far from us. Derek commented that he tested the make yourself big and tall technique, which prompted the bear to slowly walk away. Personally, I enjoy seeing bears in the wild, and I've seen some while running, but getting your phone out to snap a few pics? Come on, man.
I've never seen a bear in the wild, but if I was gonna snap a pic, I'd make sure the bear was right here like you are, and I'd just like go like this, so I could get the nice bear in the background.
That's a fair point.
Hashtag Ridge Runners and send it to us so we can promote it on the show.
Yeah, I agree.
And with that, thanks for tuning into this week's Rundown from the Ridge Runners. Be sure to check back next week where we'll deliver news on the Grindstone 100, the Oil Creek 100, the Arkansas Traveler 100, the Hennepin 100,
4?
and more.
Hey, and aren't you running Grindstone?
Yeah, I'll be running it. Are you running it?
I mean, I planned on it for a while.
My game plan is just to do this for a couple hours and
Just two? I mean, we dropping out or what?
as long as I can, really. I mean, 20, 30, 40, 38, I guess, is the cutoff, but we'll be doing that. So
Yeah, I mean, it's an out and back course, so I look forward to seeing you. Like, I'll be like 65, you be 35.
I'll be at 70, you'll be at 20 or something like that. So.
Yeah. All right.
Enough about us. If you have anything exciting to share or add to the show, drop us a line on either Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. In addition, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell below, and you'll be notified every single time we release a video. Isn't that a neat feature?
Cool.
I'm your host, the better host, Wesley Harton.
And I'm your faster host, confirmed next week, Michael Owen.
And we'll see you next week on the Weekly Rundown.